Welcome back, friends. My buddy out here in Texas, Tony Hyde there at Blue Collar Backcountry, tagged me on a list of questions here about YouTubing, so I feel obligated to answer them. I don't want him showing up at my door wanting to know, hey, how come you didn't do the 10 question challenge here? So let's get after it. So let's look at some of these questions here. What do you like about YouTube? Well, for one thing, I like it because it's free. That's what I like about it. And the other thing is, there's nothing you can't find on YouTube. I was looking for something on my brush hog the other day. I needed to know how to repair something there. It was there on YouTube. Just pick something out of thin air. I want to know about left-handed lesbian poets. It's going to be on YouTube, I guarantee you. There's nothing you can't find on YouTube. So that's the greatest thing about it. It's free. Find out anything you want about anything. Might not be right, but you'll find out something. Next question, what advice would you give to a new YouTuber? Number one, buy a tripod. Please buy a tripod. It's just these guys that are trying to one-hand it with this hand and try to take a gun apart with the other hand, pretty soon you're getting this, and after about 3 minutes of that, I get motion sickness. I got to go take a Dramamine. So buy a tripod. They're like $15 at the Walmart, or you can go to the thrift store and get one for $5. I see them in there all the time. So buy a tripod. It's be the best thing you ever did. The other thing is, if you tend to ramble on, not that I know anybody does that, but if you tend to ramble on, or you're not good at ad-libbing or something like that, write yourself out a little script or write yourself out an outline. And before you go on camera, practice some things. And trust me, you'll get through your video a lot easier, and it'll be a lot better video, and you'll be prouder of it, and we'll enjoy watching it a lot more. The other thing is just be yourself. Don't feel like you got to push out some content or anything like that. If you got something you think is interesting to say, or something funny, or you're doing something really neat, put it out there, but don't feel like you got to constantly put out some content. Question number 3, where do you see your channel next year? I don't know, don't care. This isn't like a mountain bike racing goal or something like that, or a business goal or anything. So I don't have any goals for it. It's just not that serious to me. It's just something I have fun with. I would like to do get into some better editing rather than this Windows Movie Maker, which is kind of driving me crazy. I want to add some videos or some music to my videos, I should say, make them more interesting for you to watch, because I know some of them they kind of get boring. But now that I have 2,000 subs, I've been walking around the house saying, make way for the YouTube sensation, and you may feed the YouTube celebrity now, and things like that. So if I get maybe 3,000 subs, you can imagine what's going to go on around here then. Of course, you know how this is all going over with She Who Must Be Obeyed, which is probably not very good. Fourth question is, if you could change anything on YouTube, what would it be? Haven't a clue. I'm happy. I'd dial it up, sign on, comes up, I get to watch everything, gives me a bunch of free analytical information, I can find anything I want. Every now and then, I can get a check maybe. I don't really get involved in all the intricate politics of some of this stuff, like some of these multi-million subscriber YouTubers do. So I don't know what I would change on it. What is the funniest thing you ever did? I did something one time. It was pretty damn funny and embarrassing all at the same time. When I was 18, I worked at a sporting goods store, nationwide sporting goods store. And I worked there full time after I graduated from high school, and a guy came in on the weekends, and I would see him maybe once during the week and both days on the weekends. And we got along together, did some things after work, so we knew each other, really well. And so we were in there on a Saturday, and it's pretty crowded, and we're all pretty busy. And he was waiting on this couple, and they were going here and there and everywhere and buying different things. And so I passed him at the register, and we're talking. I said, man, she's hot. This lady she was maybe 39 or something like that, and I'm 18, and she was a nice looking lady. And so I began to get pretty descriptive about it, me being 18 and just full of worldly experience and everything. So I was pretty descriptive about what our date would be like and so forth. And he's kind of agreeing with me. Oh yeah. And so by the time they got all checked out and everything, they left and they said, "Okay, we'll see you later." And I said, "Oh, Steve, man, do you know her?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, it's my mom." So it was he thought it was hilarious. He thought it was so funny. He went and told everybody around the store about it. And of course, I felt about like that. But looking back on it, it was funny as hell, and she was pretty hot. So let's see, number 6. If you could buy any camera, what would it be? Probably right now it'd be that RX100 Sony, the version 4. It's a little small. It's almost like a point and shoot camera, but it does have a flip up reversible screen, which is pretty neat. The microphones on it are really good. The only thing it doesn't have that I'd like to have is a microphone input, because a lot of times it's windy. It's a perfect day out here today, but a lot of times it's windy or airplanes are flying by or something, and I have to use a lav mic so you don't hear everything that's going on. Otherwise, I'd never get an outdoor video done. That's a pretty cool camera. I'm really not a techno geek, so a DLSR is just too big for me, but that's probably what I'd look at right now. Name 5 random funny things in your life. Most people think it's kind of funny that I raise goats, and then the other half don't even believe me, and I'm going, yeah, the goat mumbler means goats. There's some out there in the boys club right here. And no, they don't eat cans. So just so you know. Something else, yeah, I do wear funny looking spandex clothes quite a bit, and colorful, and ride a bicycle. I do that, so that can be kind of funny. And yes, I've met Lance Armstrong 2 or 3 times. I love guns, but I don't hunt. People seem to think that's kind of funny. I don't know. I just don't hunt anymore. I just don't have a desire to it. I'm not a blood and guts guy really anymore. I used to hunt, but it's not something I was really raised with, and I really don't like killing stuff. I think the last thing I actually killed was a couple coyotes. We had a coyote problem here with the goats, and obviously you can't have that. We hadn't had any since, but we have big guard dogs that take care of that kind of stuff. Let's see, next question. If you woke up with 1 million subs, what would you do? Well, I'd retire. I'm pretty close to that now, so I'd probably do that. And I would learn how to edit better. I'd be gone. I'd be hiking my ass, all around. I'd be doing a lot more hiking. And if I got 1 million subs, then I would insist on all of my friends and family address me. What the hell? Where was I? Oh yeah, 1 million subs. If I got 1 million subs, I would insist all my friends and family refer to me as the YouTube sensation. That's what I'd do. So, next question. Pick one of your favorite YouTubers and describe them. No way I can do that. I have way too many favorites. In the gun community, I've got a couple 3 guys I really like. Hickok 45, obviously. Yankee Marshall, like him. He's funny, witty, smart about guns. Nothing fancy. If I've got the time to burn, his stuff just takes really long. So there's some guys there in the gun community, some guys in the motorcycle community I like to hang out with. As far as hiking, I've kind of got 2 groups there. There's some through hikers I really like to watch. Nemours World. He's a cool dude. I really like his videos. Darwin on the Trail, his videos are pretty neat. Will Wood, some of those guys. Stop. And then we got a group, the core group in Texas that I really like. Tony at Blue Collar Backcountry, and there's another guy here in Dallas called Somewhere on the Trail. Both of those guys hike. If you live here in Texas, you know that you've got to go 3, 4, 5 hours away to get to some decent hiking. And those guys have been to all these places, so I've learned a ton from them. And we converse back and forth, and they answer my questions, and they're really kind of cool. We've also got state parkers. They just go around all the state parks, and I can go to state parks too, so I follow them quite a bit. a new group, a new couple, Texas Hikeaholics. I've been following them. They do the same thing, do a lot of state parks, so they cover a lot of Texas. Now there's a guy on the West Coast called Tuba Solo the Hiker. He's out on the West Coast, and so I get a different perspective from him, and he's a pretty neat guy too. So I like all those guys there. There's one in particular too that I follow, and I look at every day to see if they got anything new, and that's called Vet Ranch. And they are veterinarians, young veterinarians down in Boerne, Texas, which is south central Texas. And they have a massively successful YouTube channel called Vet Ranch. And their slogan is, "We fix them all." And I contribute to them. I watch all their advertisements. I send them money. I buy their t-shirts. I thought I had one on earlier, but if you like animals and you like good stories about rescuing and saving animals, go to Vet Ranch, because they pull them right out of the shelter. They take the worst dogs and they fix them. They fix them all. That's what they do. What would you say to the big YouTubers if you could talk to them? Well, I'd say congratulations, and what are you going to do next? Because you know this ain't going to last very long, because I want to know. This stuff doesn't last forever. Ask anybody who's won American Idol. So, you gotta have a plan B, and I'm kind of interested in what people's plan B is, because those usually make pretty interesting stories. So that's what I'd want to know. What are you going to do after this craziness that is YouTube? Because there will be something else. There always is. So anyway, I think I'm going to tag my old buddy Tuba Solo the Hiker out there on the West Coast, see what his answers are to these 10 questions, and I'm sure I'll have some good stuff for you. So until next time, you guys be safe, and we hope to see you out on the trail. Adios.